YouTube, it's Sonia. Today I'll be answering some lock questions that were submitted by Rockin' Robin 786. Thank you so much for your questions. Sorry it took me a little while to get back to you. Me and my family have been on a Disney cruise, which was absolutely lovely. But sorry for the delay, but that's what it was. No internet, no anything, just enjoying time with my family. But I wanted to answer your questions. She asked me some very good questions, and I figured a lot of people may benefit from the answers. So here we go. The first question she asked was, do you ever interlock your locks? If so, what are the pros and cons, if any? I do not interlock. I interlocked one time, not my whole head. I just did like my first 2 rows in the front. And I didn't really like it. For one, it took me too long. You know, I had to make sure sometimes there's like a little gap when you pull the hair through, and you have to make sure you eliminate that. And it was just too much trouble. It was too much trouble. So for me, that was a con. And 2, I noticed that my locks seemed to be a little, what's the word? Thinner in the place where I interlocked. I don't know. I kind of like that puffy, thick look of my locks, and it made it a little bit thinner, which was no big deal because I only did it that one time. So I don't know if that's something that would have continued if I would have continued to interlock. So I do know that one of the pros I know is that, you know, you can wet your hair and it won't unravel or anything, which is great. I don't tend to retwist often, and if it unravels at this point with my locks being as old as they are, it really is no big deal for me. But I know the elimination of unraveling is one of the pros of interlocking. So that's my knowledge of it. Like I said, I've only tried it one time, only a few in the front, and that's it. If I'll ever do it again, probably not at this point. I can't see myself doing that, but that's just my opinion. I ran into a girl in the store who asked who did my locks, and she wanted her locks interlocked, and she absolutely loves it. Her locks were a little bit longer than mine, and that's the only thing that she's ever done. She absolutely loves it. So it's just, I just like palm rolling because I kind of like the messy look. I don't mind it, so it works for me. Okay, her next question was, do you have any issues with lint buildup? I have issues with lint. Everyone who has locks does. You're just going to have lint. That's just the way it is. I don't really consider it to be that big of a deal. You know, my best suggestions are shampooing frequently or rinsing. Prior to doing that, I would brush my locks because I do that. And you know, when you're in the mirror, if you're at work in the bathroom, you know, when you're washing your hands or whenever you cross the mirror, if you see something in your hair, always pick it out. That's one of the things I always do. Try to pick it out if I see it on the surface because it will work its way in the locks. I'm careful with what I wear. Like in the wintertime, if I'm wearing like a red sweater, I'll make sure I put my hair up because especially in the nape area, you know, you will notice that that's back here is where you will really notice the buildup from like collars and things like that. So, you know, sweaters, scarves, things like that. If it's a different color than black, I try to make sure that I wear my hair up so lint doesn't get in it. You know, apple cider vinegar rinses. I don't know if that helps with the lint buildup. I can't say that it does. It helps with other buildup, but I don't know about that. I would just say just being very careful with your locks. But it's not a major issue for me. I know a lot of people color their locks. I colored my locks black, but it's mainly because I didn't like the color of my hair. My hair is kind of a brownish color and I was sick of, but it does cover up the lint too. So that's the extent of my lock lint build up issues. They're not great issues for me. Like I said, just kind of take care of your locks and look at them, see what's going on. Try to look at them at least daily, especially at night when before I cover them up. I kind of go through and look to see if there's any lint on the surface, and I pick it out as I see it. And the next question is, can you share how you got through the beginning stages of your lock journey, itching, unraveling styles, or helpful hints? Let's see. My locks will be 6 years old on the 27th of this month. And I started my locks, my hair was about an inch long. Try to dig up some pictures sooner or later. I didn't take very many when I was at that stage, but my hair was really, really short. I mean, I cut it all off because I wasn't patient enough to let my relaxer grow out for too long. So I just chopped it off, and it was about an inch long. So at that point, there wasn't much that I could do with it, but it didn't take it long at all. I mean, it was just a matter of a couple of months, maybe 3 months, and I could get a rod roller around it. So that was my style, because I am a girly girl and I just did not care for that look. I tried to wear, you know, cute earrings, wear makeup, but these were my best friend during that stage. Once I could get a rod around my hair, I rolled it all the time. You know, I may pull the side back, or, you know, just pin it back or something. The curls made a world of difference. Even though it was really short, for me, it helped a lot. So this is what I use. I wanted to show you this because these flexi rods are another option, and they are a lot more comfortable than these rods. These weren't that big of a deal because I didn't have to sleep in them. My hair was so short, it didn't take it long to dry. But if you're sleeping in them, these bad boys are no joke. So I would go for something like this, or even a pipe cleaner. May be cute. I don't know, because like I said, I didn't start doing pipe cleaner curls until my hair was a lot longer, but it's worth a shot. So those are my tips for that. As far as itching, I would just say shampoo your locks. I know some people use Sea Breeze. I don't know if it's witch hazel on their scalp, maybe, to just, you know, get a cotton ball and cleanse your scalp. I didn't do any of that. I just shampooed. The lady that started my locks, you know, wanted me to go like 4 weeks without shampooing, and I just can't do that. I have to shampoo. So I think the first time I think I went maybe 3 weeks, and I went back to her and she shampooed and just tightened them up. I only went to her maybe the first 4 months of my lock journey, and then I started doing it myself, and I washed whenever I felt the need to. If my head was itching, I shampooed it, and I just, you know, would palm roll my locks. I never palm roll them really tightly unless I had somewhere really special to go, but normally I would just kind of make sure that I still had my parts and that it was neat, and get my handy dandy rod rollers and roll them up. So that's how I got through the beginning stages. I did a lot of scarves, little headbands with my curls. You know, it was pretty simple, but I wanted it to be really girly because I'm a pretty girly girl. Even though you all probably can't tell because I come to you in my raw form usually. But, you know, I like to look nice and neat and girly. So those were the things that I did. And those are pretty much all the tips that I have. You know, just kind of enjoy it because, you know, I'm at the point now my hair is getting longer. I'm about to cut it. Not as short as it was when I started my journey, but I really want it shorter because it really does get to be a handful when your locks get longer. So, you know, enjoy that baby stage, that fuzzy stage. Like I said, I wanted my locks neat, but, you know, I didn't have to palm roll tightly. I didn't care for that just out of the salon look. So if it was a little, you know, messy, as long as I could see my parts. And like I said, my rod rollers. that was my favorite, and those are the things that worked for me. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you all have any more questions, feel free to shoot me an email and let me know, and I will try to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays if I don't get a chance to make a video before Christmas. I hope you guys enjoy this time of year. Really enjoy the time with your family. I know so many people get stressed about the holidays with shopping and cooking and running around in stores, all those extra things, but really take time to enjoy this time with your family and your friends, those that are close to you, and enjoy the new year. Thanks again for watching.